And we are live. I think we're live. I'm just checking. Gosh, it's amazing how a bit of... Yes, we are live.
We are live.
Hello, Debs, darling. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. And today we are celebrating the first meetup with one of your lovelies.
Woo!
And she is knocking on the door.
Is she? Woo! Come on, let's have it.
Let her in. All right. Come on in.
Yay!
Hang on the door. It's very windy here.
It's very windy here as well. Hello!
This is Deborah Scott.
Hello, gorgeous.
And she is near Branson, Missouri, which is where I have been for the last almost 2 weeks. We have had snow and rain and wind and more wind. We've had everything.
If you want all kinds of weather, come to Missouri.
Yes. So, we turning it around? Okay. So we're going to turn it around.
Hello, gorgeous. Look at you. You look fabulous, darling.
Thank you, as you do, always.
Okay, have a seat. Okay.
Debs, turn your microphone up a bit. You're a bit faint at that end. Of course, I'm shouting as usual. Who have we got online? We have got... Hi, Chris Badger's on. Snow's on. Francis is on. Lynn is on. Sandy is on. Mary Knox is on. Patricia is on. And Cindy is on. Hello, you beautiful lovelies. Thanks for joining us. And we have live here Deborah Scott, who I know y'all will know. Looking fabulous. I'm hot off the yoga studio, so I haven't got any lipstick on or anything. Hi, Jackie Babes. Hi, Elena. We've got Deborah Scott here. A live Lovelies on Tour meetup with the wonderful Debs. 2 Debs in a van with a Lee.
And Lee is here too. He's actually sitting in the front.
Oh my gosh, your smile is so beautiful, Deborah.
Thank you so much.
She is beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
Quilting. So one of the things I had said is I wonder if we had anything in common. And she has some quilts.
Debs, we can't see you because all we can see is the space. Get close together.
Okay, there we go.
I can just see your hair and one of your eyes, Debs.
Okay.
That's better. I can see both now. Yay!
iPad.
Hi, V, darling.
So we've been talking a little bit about that.
About quilts.
A little bit out here because it is so windy. But she is on this beautiful farm, and
oh wow!
I would love to see it when the trees are all green.
Oh, it's beautiful.
But it's rolling hills out here, so it's really nice.
Beautiful.
Wow.
So I'm going to let Deborah ask you some questions.
Ooh.
Ooh, that you get to answer.
Oh, I would love to do that. I'd just like to say that Snow says she loves your hair, Deborah.
Oh, thank you. It went a little blonde, but it hung on the gray.
You look like as blonde as Marilyn Monroe, darling.
Yeah. When I first did it pink, it gave my daughter a good laugh, and I almost started crying because it was so neon. But I quit crying because it's a giggle out of it. So I'm like, whatever, But thanks. I love doing different stuff with my hair.
I'm so with you on that one, babes.
Yeah. I'm just like, everybody's like, I think sometimes they stare at you because, of your age and stuff. And I'm like, it's a hairstyle just like everybody else's.
Exactly.
Exactly. I find, I don't know if you find this, but I get a lot of women about my age, sort of in their 50s, come up to me and go, oh, I just wanted to say I love your hair. I wish I was brave enough. And I just say, I waited till I was 52 to be brave enough, and I haven't looked back. you know, and I just go, just do it. It's just hair. Just do it.
It grows back.
I know, and you can change it if you don't like it. Hi, Elizabeth, darling. And Lynn is saying age is just a number, which is absolutely true.
True.
That is the truth.
That is true. Oh, look at the mug.
Oh,
Look at the mug. Look at the mug. This is the first time I've actually had a coffee in it.
She's got coffee in it.
Coffee.
Yeah, a decaf cashew nut milk latte.
Oh, that's
Bye, V, darling. We'll catch you on the replay, sweetheart. Hello, Linda. We have got 16 lovelies who are all online with us at the moment.
Hello, lovelies. I don't have the chat up because of technical layout here.
We're doing this in an RV with internet issues and 50-mile-an-hour galing winds.
Yeah. Yes.
in the country.
And in the country.
And in the country on a farm, woman after my own heart. My pigs would love your farm.
I know. I love it here. I look out my kitchen window every day and I just thank God that I've got this beautiful land to look at.
They're absolutely wonderful.
Garden and all that good stuff.
It's been
flowers.
too cold yet to start our garden. So
about 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm going to start planting, but I'm just not doing it I'm actually scared to be in the garden. It's so windy that things are flying. My vegetable trug that Wink made me, the cold frame of it was blowing around the garden yesterday. And I was I kind of ran to it to stop it. And then I'm like, now what am I going to do? I haven't got anything heavy to put on it. If I let go of it, will the lid flap up and just rip off its hinges and fly around and knock me out? And so I've got a sledgehammer and an old iron fire grate on it at the moment to keep it grounded. And it's just like every time I go in the garden, I think something's going to blow off something and hit me. It's actually quite scary.
I know, or a big limb off of a tree and all that stuff. So you have to be careful because we've had a lot of limbs down. I've got a burn pile over there and I can't burn until there's no wind.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I know it is. It's I hadn't realized how much just wind stops you doing stuff, because it is a little bit intimidating. I found it a bit intimidating. The pigs seem to be just fine though. They're just like nosing around doing the usual thing. Hi, Elena, darling. And Becky. Hi, Violet, sweetheart. What did Becky Adams says, hello to all the lovelies. I've missed you all. Lovely to have you on, sweetheart. It really is.
Join us today.
What's Elena is saying, my family always uses the last digit on your age as to how old you are. It makes for more fun. I'll be 6 this year. I've just turned 5. Yeehaw! That's fantastic. I'm 5.
I'm so young that way.
Fabulous. Are you 0, Debs?
Yes.
Yeah, you haven't even been born yet. That's how young Debs is.
No, I'm not born yet.
Hi, Kelly, sweetheart. Violet says hi, Debs.
Hi, Violet. Hi, Violet.
Deborah Barlow's on. Hi, sweetheart. Everyone's talking about how windy it is.
It's very windy. I think it's windy across the whole United States.
Madge, darling. Hello, sweetheart. I was in your neck of the woods yesterday eating curry with the lovely Dina. Deborah's only 2, she says. I think we're really liking that, actually, Elena. Hi, Joe, sweetheart. Joe Sanderson hasn't been on for a while. Lovely to see you, babes. Absolutely lovely. And it's Elizabeth Lisa's birthday today, and she's 5 too. Yay! Fantastic. Everyone's saying hi to you, Double Debbies over there. The Double Debbies. So, Deborah, you had some questions you wanted to ask me. Fire away.
Where are you? I know you're in the UK someplace.
Yeah.
Where exactly?
I'm in Buckinghamshire, which is a London home county, and that means we've got London and then there are different counties which kind of join onto London, and the home counties are the one that surrounds it. So London's about 23 miles from where I am, so not very far. Takes a long time because there's a lot of traffic. So and I'm in a market town called Beaconsfield, which is a lovely part of the world. I really like it. I'm very fortunate to have kind of grown up here for a long time. Although I did leave for 20 years and went as far away as possible. I kind of went to London, then I went to Edinburgh for 5 years. Then I moved to Antwerp in Belgium. Then I went backpacking and lived in Indonesia for almost a year. And then I managed to wind back right in a village just outside Beaconsfield, where I can see the bridle path I used to ride my horse up when I was in my teens. So I've managed to come full circle and be right back where I started life. So, which is actually quite nice. You get loads of memories when you go back to somewhere that you were born.
Sure you do.
So that's where I am. It's in the south of the UK. Well, I don't know if you know much about British geography. I certainly didn't even know Texas was 5 times the size of the UK. I just thought anyone living in Texas could just pop over and say hello.
Yeah.
So London is south. It's kind of about an hour from the south coast. So that's where I am.
Did you enjoy Texas?
I loved it. We both loved it, actually.
Yeah.
We loved the warmth of the people. I mean, it was just fantastic staying with Dr. Gilmore and his family. They're just such amazing, passionate, compassionate, friendly, and all-giving, generous, cheerful, fun people. They really are an incredible family. Hi, Ray, darling. So it was such a treat. We were looked after so incredibly well. The bando was stocked up with things we like to eat, so a load of meat nonsense for Wink and a load of vegan stuff for me.
For you.
And we were just made to feel so welcome. We had such a lovely time. And then of course Debs and Lee rocked up in the RV, and it was just so lovely, meeting her, and just everyone. I mean, the nurses were just fabulous, darling, in the hospital. They all had amazing hairstyles and were just like, it was the whole experience was lovely. We came back not wanting to come back, and of course we're coming back in August again to stay with the Gilmores, which is really lovely of them. They just gave us an open invitation to come back, whenever. And we kind of feel like we've made lifelong friends. So,
he seems like a wonderful man.
He is. He's more wonderful than even he seems. He's just such a darling. He's just wonderful. He's just a wonderful person. And the DW is just like, she's such a riot. She's such fun. Really, really lovely lady. We hit it off really well. And the DD, she's just, Abby is just so smart and so fun and easy to laugh. And I think her and Finian will get on really well. We're really looking forward to taking Finian back to Texas. Well, he's not been to Texas, but he's of course got his eyes set on the Space Center, which I think he would probably like to go and live in for the whole duration of the trip.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really, really good. We're, all the places I've ever visited in America, I've always been, I've really enjoyed. I've really enjoyed I've been to quite a few different places in America. Always been a tourist, apart from this last stay. But I always seem to make some friends wherever I go, some of which I've kept in touch with now in the days of Facebook and joining up and stuff like that. But you have a great country there, and it's a shame it's so enormously vast, because it would you know, it would take 6 months to go around every state meeting all the lovelies. So this is our first little taste of it, and you are the first lovely on tour. That's you, babes.
It's awesome. I like being first.
I know. First is amazing, isn't it? It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
Vegan, and
what else would you like to ask me?
you're vegan, and Wink likes to eat meat.
Yeah.
Does that work out?
Do you know what? It started off kind of, you know, I never ate, you know, McDonald's until I met Wink. And then he has this thing that whenever we go to our holiday home, we always have to stop at Burger King because there aren't many Burger Kings, and Burger King is better than McDonald's, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So I ended up kind of, you know, joining in. You know, when you meet someone and you're all in love, you just want to do everything. Hey, Wink is online. Hello, darling. Are we talking about you? You're supposed to be painting, aren't you? Wink's in Devon at the moment, which is the south west of the country, right by the coast. Wink's saying hello to everyone. Darling, I haven't seen you for days. So, of course, I got wrapped up in the whole, you know, we did all load of takeaways, load of, you know, too snuggled on the sofa to bother to cook. So we'd order a pizza in. I've never really liked pizzas. I think pizzas are just, it's a whole lot of bread and an egg cup full of toppings for like a huge amount of money. It just seems such a waste of money to me. So I've never been one for pizzas and stuff, but I kind of got into the whole philosophy of it, and, you know, whatever my darling Winky was doing, I would be doing as well. They're all saying hi to Wink now. Jackie, Scotland is truly beautiful. I lived in Edinburgh for 5 years and I love Scotland to pieces. It has a piece of my heart for sure. So then I started kind of, Wink was of the opinion, and he would get on his little soapbox if you ever mentioned a vegetarian. Oh, I think she's vegetarian. Oh, yeah, self-inflicted eating disorder. Well, I'm not cooking a special meal. Not that Wink really ever entertained or cooked special meals for anyone. But he would get on his soapbox and he'd have a little rant about vegetarians. You know, and we didn't even talk about vegans. I mean, I never thought in my wildest dreams I would ever become a vegan. Just like, it just wasn't on my radar. And then I was doing some healthy eating, and I decided last January, that I would sign up and do the Veganuary thing. I thought, why not? Let's see if I can do it. It was a little challenge to see if I could stick to something that seemed that it would be really difficult. And I found it actually not very difficult. And I started to explore, what's vegan cheese then? Because of course, why would I ever have wanted vegan cheese? You know, I didn't eat much cheese. I kind of got rid of dairy and stopped having milk about 3 years before, just because it's better for your health and you feel better without it. So I felt the benefits. So I preferred coconut milk in my coffee, and then I kind of didn't like milk in it. When I had milk, I'd be like, I feel greasy at the top of my mouth. So I really liked the yumminess of oat milk in a coffee. It was like coffee and biscuit all wrapped up into one latte. So I thought, let's try vegan cheese. Let's try vegan meat. Let's try corn. Let's try these other products. So I made all the dishes that I was used to making with meat with these products, and I found it quite easy. And I think Wink noticed the difference in my health. And as long as I'm not forcing him to do it, I actually haven't heard him say it's a voluntary eating disorder, you know. Right. And initially with Wink, there was a lot of, you're not going vegan, are you? Because when I was kind of not eating so much meat, he was like, I think, you know, if you went vegan, I think we'd have to get a divorce. You know, not seriously, obviously, but like it would be such a weird thing that it was, you know, we wouldn't be compatible anymore almost.
Right.
So, you know, I did my thing, and there was a bit of a mourning period from him where he was like, so we won't be able to go to McDonald's again. We won't be able to do that on the way, you know. And I'm like, well, I never like McDonald's anyway. I mean, I just feel like a pile of poo after I've eaten it. You know, it is a load of, you know, rubbish, she said politely.
Yeah.
No, it's not. McDonald's is lovely and I like it. So we'd have those sort of conversations.
Right.
And, you know, I'm never going to do that, you know. And then he would make jokes like, I find if you add coconut milk to a vegan dish, it's much better. And then he'd pause and say, because it slides into the bin easier.
Oh, no.
We'd have all of that going on.
Right.
But now he hasn't mentioned the whole voluntary eating disorder bit. I don't think he minds because I've learnt to cook some really lovely dishes, and he realises that the food tastes great and it's filling. I mean, he's a kind of, I'm never going, I mean, I say never, but he says, you know, I'm never going to stop eating meat. I like it, you know. But what he's realised now is that every single restaurant, even McDonald's, you can go to and you can have something to eat there that's all right for vegans, you know. And if you have a word with the chef, that the chefs are there in all these restaurants cooking the same meals day in, day out. They're creative people, chefs, but they're stuck to a menu. They're stuck to a job. They churn out the same slop, well, however lovely it is. And so when somebody like me comes in and goes, I'm a vegan, and I was all gluten-free at the time. I've kind of knocked the gluten-free thing on the head because I've been making this bread that Jack's recipe. But, you know, the chefs, their eyes light up because, we've got this client coming in and I'm going to create something from our menu, from my kitchen that she can eat. And they always come out to see if you like it. Or the chef says, can you have olive oil? Oh, yes, I can. Oh, great. And what about we could do this and take the cheese off? Would you like that? So, that sounds great. You know, and then it's a nice eating experience. And then we feel as a couple really well looked after in the restaurant because the chefs come over to us. They don't normally come over to you, do they? Unless you're eating in Gordon Ramsay's restaurant and he happens to be there. You know, so actually I think Wink is quite pleasantly surprised that it doesn't, not that we eat out all the time because it costs a lot of money, but when we do eat out, we don't have to go to some bulgur wheat, lettuce leaf bar with nothing that Wink can eat or wants to eat. You know, we can each eat well. So I think, you know, he was an ardent hater of it. And I don't like to use the word hate, but he absolutely would be like spitting feathers on his soapbox about anyone who was a vegetarian or even a vegan, you know. So it's all come full circle and it's fine.
Yeah.
So, you know, he is a meat eater. I now no longer don't like the smell. He cooked a steak the other night. And to me, it kind of almost turns my stomach at the thought of I don't want to eat it. And I didn't like the smell in the house. But that's fine. That's what he likes to do. And I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to start getting all precious about it. But I have actually started getting a separate spoon to serve something that's not been in the meat dish. And I think that's not from the, it's touched a bit of animal flesh. It's not that point. It's from the point of view of, I don't want to have any animal protein in my body. And if there was some on the spoon, then I would, because I want those bacteria to die that Jack talks about in my stomach, so that you know, I get rid of those enzymes I don't need and make more room for the enzymes that I do need to break down the food that I choose to eat. So Madge has to run. She says, yes, where are you again? Are you in Branson?
We're near Branson, Missouri.
Near Branson, Missouri. I can't say that word, Madge, as you've obviously just discovered.
We are in Branson, Missouri, on her farm, and Madge asked if we were on the road. Well, actually, at the moment, we're in the driveway, but yes, we are still traveling. we've been gone for almost 2 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
Because the first week we were gone, I was at the quilt retreat, and then for a few days we couldn't do any traveling because the weather was so bad. So I did get to do a bunch of sewing in the motorhome, and we are going to stay here for a few more days because the wind is just too strong for us to drive safely on the road. I don't like to drive when the
no,
motorhome is
you have
going.
a high-sided vehicle there, don't you?
Yeah,
and it really is tiring.
It's very tiring.
I
mean, just coming over here, she's only a few minutes from the campground that we're staying at, and the wind was pretty rough coming. We couldn't go as the speed like everybody else was. Because it just wasn't comfortable.
Yeah.
So this is all the farther we're traveling today. So once we leave here, we'll go back to the campground and I'll get out the sewing machine and do some sewing.
Debs, you sewing? I cannot believe it. Do you sew? Whenever we FaceTime, you're always in your den sewing up a storm.
Yeah, I am. Lee made a table that fits over the couch.
Bye, Ray, sweetheart. Thanks for stepping in.
There's the table that it's doubled my counter space, and it's right over the couch. And we just take it down when we need the couch. But for just him and I, this works as our extra work table. Great for unpacking those vegetables and fruits, and my big sewing machine fits on there. So I can do everything right there. Awesome.
You're like a little mobile sewing unit, really. It's not really an RV at all. It's just your mobile sewing room.
A mobile sewing room.
Yeah.
So Sue stays with us in the motorhome. The table will come down. This will be where we're sitting, and over here is where she will be sleeping in here. So Deborah gets a first look of how the layout is in there.
Yeah, are you both sitting on my bed for May?
Yes.
Oh dear.
Yes, on your bed. So.
Sorry, Madge. It's not Madge that's leaving. Because the comments have all been going. Jackie wanted to know where you are, so it's Missouri. I managed to say it that time. Woo woo! It was Becky who left. Cal is saying, hi Cal, did I say, is it Kelly? Sorry. No, it's Cal. Kel Bell. She's not a vegetarian, but she went to a 7-day Adventist hospital for a while, and there was always a vegetarian choice for meals, and she really liked them. Excellent. That's good. Vegetables are great. I love vegetables.
Yeah. And we are now 98% vegan. I still use eggs for baking, but not very often. So that's about the only thing that we don't. I haven't given up yet. Is my eggs.
That's all right. I'll slap you into touch in May, Debs.
Well, I will be working on that so that I'm ready.
I'm only joking, of course. I'm only joking.
I am.
Everybody's making loads of comments because I mentioned Gordon Ramsay. Okay, yeah. Gordon Ramsay, he is married to a friend of mine's twin sister, or the twin sister is married to his brother. And actually, he's a very charming man. That whole thing on the telly is a persona that he puts on because, you know, Jeremy Kyle show and all of that. Everyone likes to see everyone shouting and swearing and getting out of control and being dysfunctional. So in real life, he's not actually like his television personality. I haven't met him, but our kids went to school together, my friend, and she said he was absolutely lovely, just charming, really nice bloke. Yeah, just wanted to get that out there, whether you like his shows or not. I think it's all a bit scripted for TV, especially the American ones. They're just like, really? Is this really real? Or have you made all this up?
Yeah.
Oh, Elizabeth Lisa says there's this stuff called Egg Replacer. I have some, but I haven't used it yet. So that'll be interesting to find out what that is. You'll have to let me know, Elizabeth, because I use flaxseed as an egg replacer most of the time, but you can use chia. But I think there's quite a lot of seeds and those sorts of things that if you add water to them, they go all kind of like the texture of egg white. So it binds ingredients and does this kind of the same effect.
Well, I ate fruit for 2 years. I went off all dairy except cheese. I couldn't go off the cheese.
Okay.
Never butter in my life. And my family was like, you need to eat protein. You need to eat protein. And I was, I was putting it in my shakes that I would drink. But I felt fabulous. And I tried to go vegan, but I couldn't do without the cheese.
Right.
And down where I live, there's not a lot of options, in the grocery stores to go. I think there's probably like 2 short rows, of organic stuff that you could buy. And it's not, a lot of stuff down here. Yeah. But I'm trying to go back to the fruit again.
Yeah. The fruit, I mean, it fills you full of energy. It's so easy to digest as well, especially if you haven't got something heavy in front of it in your gut, like bread or something like that. So go online and just do a search on the internet for vegan cheeses, because I bet you there are people that make it and sell it. One of the lovely ladies that I met, a lady called Karen, at the Fruit Fest last year, because I've just asked about, because I'm buying some different products, some different vegan cruelty-free kind of products. In fact, they have arrived. I'm going to do a video on it because one of the girls is a daughter of somebody that I met, and she makes her own. She's got a little shop and she makes all her own hand soaps and stuff. Anyway, this woman, Karen, she was like, I make bars of soap and I also make cheeses. And she had a cheese board that she kind of sold for Christmas. And the reviews on it are like, oh my goodness me, the best vegan cheese I've ever tasted, or just tasted the same as normal cheese. And she had some the goat's cheese roulade. I don't know if you have that's rolled in herbs. She did one of those. She had a brie, she had a camembert, she had a blue cheese, and they all looked absolutely delicious. I haven't tried any of her cheeses yet, but she won't be the only one in the world that does that. So, and we have a company called No Moo Cheese. That's MOO cheese. And they are the best that I've tasted. And that you can only order them over the internet. You don't find them in the shops. The blue cheese was just like even Wink said, yeah, it tasted like cheese. It tasted like cheese. So it may be worth you just hunting out. I know that the vegan cheeses are more expensive than normal cheese, but just to do an experiment where you get some vegan cheeses and you swap it with so you take cheese out of your diet for a week or two. Yeah. Just see how different you feel, and how you feel may be worth investing in that feeling with the extra money for the cheese. It's just a thought. So have a little Google about, because it's just getting bigger and bigger. There's it's gone from 1% vegan to 6% vegan. Wow. In the United States. So you have a whole 5% more. Isn't that 500% more vegans this year than last year? Yeah. I don't know if my maths. Elena is saying you can get cheese sauce and dressings on Amazon. So Elena is, as we all know, where Elena lives. She's a big fan of where she lives. Can anyone guess where Elena lives? Mary's on
a hotel last week.
So I'll try Amazon too.
Yeah, try it.
There's a vegan margarine that we've been using, based avocado oil based.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and then
I bet
will
that's
put-
gorgeous.
I'll put some. Do you want me to get it out of the refrigerator? I can.
Oh,
show
yes, please. Because the only ones I can find, I think, are soy-based.
Okay. Okay. Here it is. This is the one that we got.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
Come
if you wanna
closer.
hold that-
Put it near the
Yeah.
camera so I can read it. Hang on. Oh, pure. Oh, my goodness me. I've got that in my fridge.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I'm just going to go and see if it's the same. I'm going to go and see if it's the same. Oh, excitement beyond all measure.
And then you touched it. Okay. And then the other cheese brand that we've been using is this, is that backwards? Daya?
Yes, I have seen that. I think we
And
don't
then
have that make. Mine is pure, but it's made with olive oil, not avocado oil.
Boy, that looks very much the
Very
same.
much
And
the
then here's a whole bunch of different products that this company makes.
Yeah.
This dye. And we really like this. We use this a lot.
Yeah.
So
We have some great products. We have a really good mozzarella cheese that comes in a pack
We
like
like
that.
this too.
We have
I thought it was the joy.
yeah, we have I've got a lot of cheeses, but I've not been using them so much recently. And the great thing about them is they keep forever. Not like cheese, you don't get all that mold that you have to cut off and
Yeah.
Yeah.
refresh your bar of
Try
cheese.
I'm trying to get me some vegan cheese.
Yeah.
Very well.
That's fantastic. Oh, Jackie's not been well. She's very sore today. Sorry for you, sweetheart. Healing vibes. Mwah. Yeah, Jackie doesn't make a fuss. You don't make a fuss, sweetheart. You do just get on with life. You're an amazing inspiration, darling.
Oh, Whole Foods. Huh. Is there a Whole Foods
There's
here?
not.
There's not. Is there a Costco here?
No.
For those that do have a Costco near them, they do have quite a few vegan products.
Oh, excellent.
And I kind of favor Costco because I've been recognized twice there
Wow.
from the internet.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, you have. You're getting to be quite a superstar. Elena is saying that Daya, that product that you just held up, is online, so you can order that online, so you don't have to go trogging around trying to find it. And Elena also says Whole Foods has lots of vegan products too.
Oh, okay. Whole
Okay.
Foods is Amazon bought Whole Foods.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Oh, Amazon bought Whole Foods, she's just saying as well. Sorry if I'm making you seasick. I'm just wiggling my feet about.
It's okay. We're
We're
rocking.
moving.
Oh, you're moving because you're being moved by the wind.
Yes, we're moved by the wind.
Is there?
It might just blow us back.
So what am I going to say? So poor Mary also has autoimmune illnesses, and she had a really bad day on Monday. I'm sorry for you, sweetheart. I'm glad that you're feeling better now.
Yeah, so am I. We'll see you soon, Mary.
Ooh, is that a hint? Is that a
Mary.
hint?
Mary lives across the hall from my daughters.
Ah, right. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
Mary made a video.
That's the cat. I'm just watching the cat climbing out of the bag now and walking across my living room. Right, we've got a question here. Karen, darling, Karen LeBlanc, how are you doing, sweetheart? Thanks for joining. Linda Helms asks, Deb, do you have any plans for the Vegas trip? Hi, Rita, darling, thanks for joining.
Other than driving out there at this moment, no. That is on the agenda for the next couple of weeks.
Take suggestions.
Yeah, and we will take suggestions
Yeah.
on where to and what to see. There's some of the landmarks that we do want to travel to. So if you have any suggestions, if you want to set up...
Debs, we can't see you. You need to move in.
Okay, on my screen you can see. Okay.
There you go. My two beautiful Deborahs, double Deborahs, looking gorgeous.
No,
Right. What was that? What was that? Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. So yeah, we'll take suggestions for Vegas. I know that we're going to go and see the Grand Canyon because, you know, it would be rude not to. I've been to Vegas 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and I've never actually left the Strip yet. So we're definitely going to do that, aren't we? And we're going to see the Hoover Dam. Yes. So
yes.
That's our Arizona bit, which I didn't realise.
So we need to stay in. We need to stay within how many miles?
Well, a couple 3 hours.
Within a couple 2 to 3 hours of Vegas. For meetup. Only for convenience because we only have 6 days.
Yeah. So we what's Elena? Have you seen Elena's comment? What about the Chippendales? Lol, lol, lol.
We have to leave Lee in the car.
Babes, we've got Lee with us. We don't need the Chippendales. We've got the lovely Lee who's holding the camera. You're off screen again, Debs. I don't know if you need to pull the camera back a bit.
Yeah, can you move the camera?
There you go. There you go. So, Elena, bless you, sweetheart. Elena's saying, you're a short flight from me. Elena, babes, you are absolutely lovely. The Chippendales. So yeah, we're very much hoping, because I think quite a few lovelies who live in and around Vegas have said, oh, I'd love to see you. So basically, you know, let us know, you know, email Debs on the lovelies email address, which Debs, what is it called? loveliesontour@gmail.com.
Yeah, loveliesontour@gmail.com.
Yes, on tour, TOUR, lovely, lovelies, LOV. Oh, I've missed an E off. I cannot talk and type, ladies. Lovelies on tour, TOUR. Goodness me, I bet you've all written it down by now. You probably even sent it in email in the time it's taking me to do this. At gmail.com. If you send to that email address where you are, Debs and Lee are going to plan out what we're doing, but we're going to definitely do those two things. If you're not scared of heights, the Stratosphere. Oh yeah, I nearly went on the Stratosphere. That's actually in Vegas, isn't it? But it was closed the night we wanted to do it, so I was going to do the zip wire at night, but we didn't get to do that. But I'm going to actually show Debs Vegas, because I've been to lots of the lovely hotels and stuff. Linda Helms is saying, Deb, did you get my email?
I did.
Cool. So it works.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I said it before because I was online checking those. So I don't remember what it was because I've been answering so many messages.
Yeah.
Today. But I do remember seeing that.
Yeah. We will schedule it all around. We're also hoping to go and see this gardener who grows all his own stuff, and he lives in Vegas, and he's got a massive YouTube channel. So it would be really nice to see if we can hook up with him as well. Yeah.
Well, you can hold Gabs.
Mary Knox has said, Sue, will you come home with Debs? Well, I'm hoping she won't kidnap me because I have just a short 2-week window to see my family before I'm off to India for a month.
Yeah.
So I shall be looking forward to that.
Back, then she'll be in Texas. So.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, India. Then I'll be in Gloucester with the fruitarians, with the fruit festival. where I'll be doing loads of live interviews with some of the top raw vegans. Alicia, the chef, will be there. A load of there's one woman that she's got millions of followers on Instagram. She's just absolutely lovely, lovely, lovely girl who was incredibly ill. By the time she was 18, she was type 2 diabetic. She had a whole host of very nasty illnesses, and now she's just like the picture of health, And
You're funny, Mary.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to interviewing her. So I'm going to interview some exciting people there. And India will be very much about the yoga journey and stuff like that. That's time. Mary's just saying, that's time enough, Sue. Oh, you're a little minx, Mary. just notified the word day that came of the mac and cheese kit I bought. Right, Karen's got to go now, but she said Daya, the name of the mac and cheese is the name of the mac and cheese kit that she bought, and it was delicious. Yeah, I remember you saying that. So I'll maybe see if I can get it in this country, and then I can do it. I need a sweet vegan snack. Any suggestions? Medjool dates, Mary. I challenge anyone to eat more than 3 in a row. They are so sweet. They're almost like fudge. They're insanely sweet. And in fact, I think it was either Beverly or Chrissy that sent me the date snacks. I still have some left because I can only eat one at a time because they're it's enough, a bit like 90% cocoa chocolate. You've had your chocolate hit with one square. Because it's so intense. Yeah, I spent the day with a lovely Indian lady yesterday, Elizabeth. India is amazing. I wanted to go nearly all my life, and I'm kind of, I'm really looking forward to going. I think I might have to have a cook-a-thon with the curry she made, see if she'll come on and do a live Indian cooking demonstration with me. I need to ask her if she would do that, because I think it's a family recipe, so she might not want to reveal it. Spell it for me.
More questions?
I don't.
No?
Well, maybe I can ask her a few questions.
Yeah.
For you, Deborah.
Okay.
So, when did you start following Sue?
When she had her cyst.
Really?
Okay. How early in the process of her cyst?
It was pretty early.
I
think when I watched Dr. Gilmore, and I watched, Dr. Sandra Lee, and I saw you on there, and I was like, because I like to watch that stuff. Mm-hmm. And it was when you first went in, with your cyst. And I was like, oh my gosh, this poor woman, they're not going to cut that thing open and drain it. They're trying to stick it with a needle, and so I followed her.
Wow.
All the way through that journey. Yeah, I did.
Awesome. Yeah. Like so many of us.
Have done. Loads of people did right from the very beginning. But quite a lot of people found me halfway through and then went back and looked at the videos and were like, oh my goodness, And I'm still finding new people today, actually. People are still kind of, lovelies. The lady, Dina, who I met yesterday, she's a new lovely. She was the lady that waxed my moustache. And we got chatting, and she just liked my vibe, and I kind of told her what I was doing, and she was like, straight in there, so yeah. Chris Badger saying, I see another popaholic. Yeah, absolutely. It's quite interesting because I posted what my back looks like now about a week ago. I think that's last time I looked, it had nearly 5,000 views, which is kind of like about 4,700 more views than most of my videos do, because the ardent popaholics, they just want to see the pop and the cyst, so which is great, absolutely great. So I'm glad I've managed to do that for them.
So now, what kept you coming back to her videos, like so many of us?
I like her inspiration.
Yeah.
And hearing her talk and stuff, and her journey, and I actually started exercising the way you did because I hate to exercise.
Yeah.
So I started it through housework.
Yeah. It's great fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it makes it fun.
Yeah.
It is. It makes you actually want to wash the floor or want to do the hoovering or want to take something upstairs. It has a very funny way of, twisting your mind. So it's something you look forward to and you forget you're doing a chore because actually you're doing, squats or lunges or
yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, that's lovely. I'm just like, it's so lovely to be able to pass on how I feel to other people, just how I feel within myself and my energy, because I haven't always been like this. Mm-hmm. I was, and I think I've said this before, I was on antidepressants about, I think it must be 4.5 years ago. I was, 3 stone heavier than I am now, playing Candy Crush Saga and other, just inane kind of games that I got completely addicted to. Just felt awful, just like I lost all my physical strength, all my flexibility. I couldn't even lift the laundry basket up without my elbows hurting, and then I'd be, oh, Wink, could you carry this laundry box? It's really making my elbows hurt. And this comes from a girl who'd spent 48 years, not allowing anyone to do anything. No, I can carry that. No, it's not too heavy. No, I can do it. No, I don't need any help. I can get on the boat myself. I can wire that plug. No, I can put the clutch in that car. I've never wanted to, ask anyone for any help. And I think that came from when my parents split up. My mum didn't even know how to put a plug on something. And I remember even at the age of 7 thinking, if that ever happens to me, I don't want to be that woman that can't change a light bulb or can't put a shelf up or can't do the garden or can't lift something. And I think it came right from that early age, that absolute independence of, and I've said this sentence a gazillion times, and I do wish I had a fiver for every time I'd said it in my life. I can do anything except pee over a 3-foot wall. And then I found myself, I couldn't even lift a laundry basket up. And, a year before, I think I was 10 feet up on a ladder painting the outside of my father's house. I was a painter and decorator, hauling a giant ladder about and carrying, gallon pots of paint. I was a landscape gardener. I moved like 4 tons of stones one day in a wheelbarrow, mixing cement, doing all that kind of stuff. Long hedge clippers, standing on a tower, cutting a hedge that's like 8 feet across with long clippers, just like the Duracell bunny, just going on and on and on and on endlessly without being tired. And all of a sudden, I couldn't even lift a laundry basket. I felt like pathetic. I felt lost. I felt this thing about me that I was so proud of, that kind of defined me within my own head, didn't exist anymore. I was this old woman that was never going to get any younger, was never going to feel any better than I felt that day. I'd get up, I'd sit on the sofa for half an hour, I'd get up and my hips wouldn't work for about 5 paces. And I'm just like, oh my goodness me, because I had the menopause really early. I'm 48. What am I going to be like when I'm 78? My dad runs up the stairs 2 at a time like a lad still. And I was just like, I was so forlorn by it all. The loss of the girl that I was, that I just went into a depression, really. Very self-centered and, obviously just like introverted, just thinking about myself all the time. But I got completely lost, and I found a way out of it. And I honestly feel happier than I've ever felt in my life. Nothing can touch me. Nothing can knock me off this high. I know exactly how to deal with everything that comes my way. I don't let it, it's good, feeling good. And now that I'm into all the healthy eating as well, which was a big part of it, a big part of the very first thing that I did was I changed my diet. This is before I even had any happy pills. I changed my diet. And through it was actually Nobby, the drummer in Wink's band Buzz. I was dropping him off. They were doing a gig for someone's wedding, and I dropped him off, and I hadn't seen Nobby for, I don't know, about 6-7 weeks. Well, he looked 10 years younger, and he'd lost a hell of a lot of weight, and I was like, oh my goodness me, Nobby, you look incredible. What are you doing? You went, oh, I don't know. It's some diet that Ali, his wife's, got me on. He said, I'll tell you what, it's brilliant. I love it. And I was like, really? And so Ali as well, she'd lost like 14 pounds in a month. She looked 10 years young. She looked amazing. And funnily enough, it's pretty much a whole food diet. It wasn't vegan, but it was cutting out processed sugars, cutting out a lot of the rubbish, cutting out like white potatoes and bread and gluten and, you know, eating, you know, making stuff from scratch and all that sort of stuff. And I was just so keen to lose all this extra ballast that I'd put on with my menopause, and also sitting on the sofa day in, day out, playing games and eating a ton of chocolate every night and just comfort eating and just being an idiot, really. And almost immediately my mood changed, because serotonin, 95% of your serotonin is produced in your gut. And when you don't put a load of slurry in your gut, it can make serotonin for you, which drops dopamine into your head, which makes you feel happier. When you feel happier, you feel like getting off the sofa and doing something. And it was the beginning of me climbing back up to the person I am now. And I just thought, I didn't know how to do this. I stumbled upon making myself better. And it's not rocket science, and it's not expensive, and it's not, you know, it's you know, obviously not all types of depression can be cured. Some people have, you know, a genetic history. Also, there can be physiological reasons for depression. But self-induced, eating a load of, you know, slurry and feeling all, you know, not coping, not being able to cope with something bad that happens, you know, like, I don't know who I am anymore. I'm just, oh, that's life's over. Whoa, poor me. That's what started my depression, not recognizing myself anymore, my body anymore. And now I can do anything. I can do anything. I bet I could do Iron Man if I decided I wanted to. I couldn't lift a laundry basket up 4 years ago. And so the fact that I've inspired you to do that is just wonderful. If I can just help one person realise who you are today isn't who you have to be tomorrow, even your mobility and your health and your weight and your complexion and your energy and your mood and your happiness and your motivation. If you know how to catch yourself when you start being a bit, oh, well, that's gone wrong, right, I won't be able to do it. You know, it's just like, even Wink now says, you know, he'll say things like, Dana's being all positive now, because Wink was very much look for the worst possible thing that can happen. Decide that's going to happen, and then anything else that happens will be better, and he wouldn't be disappointed. And Finian has a very slight angle of that, although he doesn't let it weigh him down. And that's the autism in him, going to the nth degree and then going, right, anything else, that probably won't happen, so anything that happens will be all right. And then I won't have to worry about it. Then he puts it out of his mind. And Wink used to be like that. And now he's not, because some of me's rubbed off on him as well. So, you know, it's that was a very long ramble about it, but it's, you know, we don't have to sit and mourn our aging, our menopause. I mean, the menopause literally stuffed me over. Just made me, it was like I'd been transported into a different body. And it was really shocking. And it took a really long time for me, you know, even when we went on our honeymoon, like 3 weeks, luxury, 5-star, private, bespoke for the newlywed Verhovens in Africa on safari.
I have to change the angle here.
And although it was great and I had a great time and it was wonderful and I was very excited, that bit, the light in my eye that would make me go, yes, and jump on tables, that bit was gone. I couldn't force that to happen anymore. I wasn't even motivated to make that happen. And that was a big part of my overexcitable character. You know, and now because I'm in control of my emotions, I'm in control of how I react to things, you know, I just feel like invincible. And health-wise, my body is, you know, I can lift 10 laundry baskets. Hell, give me a truck and I'll lift that up. You know, and that, I've done that myself. And so to help other people do that, and I think that's why a lot of people were attracted to the Lovelies, really. And I know from the private messages I get that lots and lots of people feel that and they get that from me. And that's just like, you know, I need to help more people. You know, I want more people to realize that they can change pretty much anything, you know. Not everything, obviously. You know, if you have one leg, you're not going to grow another leg, but you can always improve where you are, and you can certainly change your mindset so that whatever you are faced with, you can deal with in a much happier way. And I know there are loads of Lovelies who have got that amazing mentality. You know, Elena's just said, I wish my menopause would start. I am 45 and a visit from my evil friend is getting old. Unfortunately, I'll probably be stuck with it until my 50s. You won't. Just eat right, babes. Just eat right, honestly. Just eat right. So Leanne said she's 57. I'm working again. Whoop, woo! I'm now working on my, there's an emoji there, exercise. Is that an exercise emoji? 2. Chuck, however, still stuck in negative mode. You're not in negative mode. Is that Chuck, however? Is that your husband, Chuck? Or, oh my goodness me. Leanne's menopause for me started at 36, over by 48. That's a long time.
Mine started about 30 and ended at 34. Yeah, I had to have surgical menopause. So.
I did too.
Oh, right. Okay.
And I had back surgery a couple years ago, so I'm trying to get my strength back in my back.
We can't see you now, darlings. All we can see is the door and your ears.
Okay,
it has to be further away, I think.
Yeah, that's what we're trying.
That works if you tilt it down.
Yep. Tilt it down.
Down, 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 down. Yay!
There we go. There we go. That's better.
You'll have to remember all those positions for when we're on tour in Vegas.
Yes. Or when we meet the next ones, and yes.
Yeah.
You know, like there.
Hi, Janita. So just saying hi to a newcomer. Right. That's really so. Debs, you were asking Deborah questions, and I went on a big monologue then.
Yeah, you did. Go figure. I knew that was going to happen.
Oops, I've been caught.
You've been caught. Oh, I know who dominates the conversation. Okay. I'm trying to think. Have you thought of any more questions for her or for me?
No.
Okay.
When are you going to?
Has anyone out here got any questions for Deborah? Or Debs, for that matter? Madge is asking, how is everyone doing with the one leg challenge? That's the teeth cleaning. I have to say, I have got back from wibbling and wobbling about to this morning. I just stood on one leg for the whole 2 minutes, and I could have stood there for another 2 minutes. And it's really helping my yoga practice. So that's me. But I'm sure we'll talk about that tonight as well, because it's Thursday.
It's Thursday, yes.
So
what do I forgot what you said.
I can't remember now.
I can't remember either.
When are you going to Vegas?
Oh, Sue's flight comes into Vegas on May
12th.
And we will head from, we've got a couple of trips, a couple of places that we're going to go to in April, and then we're going to head out to Vegas. So after this trip, we'll be home for a short amount of time, and then we'll be off. We'll probably be gone from our house about 6 to 8 weeks.
Woo! So, retirement rocks, doesn't it?
Yes. So this is
fantastic. So
we're going to be traveling quite a bit. So that's why I suggested to Sue that we start Lovelies on tour, and we meet up with as many as we can.
Yeah.
This time it happened to be a one-on-one, and that's okay. And we will meet up and we'll do these live chats, and people can get to know Sue more intimately. And woohoo! And I get to meet up with more of the Lovelies and get to facilitate this too.
I know. Deb's the facilitator. The facilitation queen. Yeah, but it's really good though, because this is like spending the afternoon together. You know, it's like FaceTiming, isn't it? You know, all the Lovelies can see not just your microscopic little circle picture, you know, that comes up with everybody. Because lots of the Lovelies aren't, hey, Ada, darling, how you doing, sweetheart? I feel like I'm out to lunch with a group of girls, talking and laughing and enjoying ourselves. Yeah, it is like that. Janita, lovely. Thank you for joining, sweetheart. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be on later if you're still on. We'll be on at midnight UK time, 6 p.m. Central time. So that's good. But it's like spending time with each other, isn't it? You're a proper moving, talking, reactional. People can see your personality more and then know you better. Like all the people that have come on the show with Dr. Gilmore and I think people feel that they know them a little better. Right. You know, because you remember, you know, it's even for me sometimes, not all, I mean, I've got like 20,000 YouTube names that pop up and comment on things. And some of those people I'm connected with, probably about 800 of those people, I think, I'm connected with on Facebook. But a lot of them have different names on YouTube. So I don't know who they are. So when I come up, I don't know who they are. So when you see somebody I don't know, it's just nicer when you get to see people walking and talking and moving human beings having a chat. I think it's really good. And I think a lot of people will find it really, really good. I hope so. We've got 20 people online. Give us a thumbs up, babes. Let's have some thumbs up for us. That would be really lovely.
Yes.
Leanne is saying, I was and am still hard on my body. Met my new neighbour. She's an intuitive counsellor. We're really hitting it off. I needed a friend like this. Have someone to exercise with and take on walks too. Oh, Leanne, that's fantastic, babes. I'm so pleased for you. It's great meeting new people, isn't it? And you see, you never know what is round the corner. You never know who's going to move in across the street, across the road, next door,
or who you're going to meet on the road.
Yeah. Or who you're going to meet on the road. Exactly.
Or from across the pond.
Yeah, exactly. If I hadn't had the cyst, I wouldn't have. If it took me, honestly, about 6 months to realise Madge was A, in the UK, and B, she just lived 30 minutes drive from me. And it was because I went to go and meet her that I met Dina, who yesterday I had curry with. She threaded my eyebrows and whipped my moustache off with a bit of pink wax. And we hit it off. And we hit it off because I was on such a great vibe because I just met Madge for the first time. And she is just absolutely Madge is just fabulous.
Oh, that's so neat.
And this is the whole thing. When you're on a good vibe, and I think Deborah Barlow's getting loads of this at the moment because she's just like more confident than she's ever been in her whole life. I think she's lost 81 pounds in weight now, and
wow,
you know, she's just going from strength to strength. Speaking of laundry, I need to do mine. I'll see you tonight. See you tonight, Leanne, babes. It'd be lovely to see you.
Bye,
you know, it's when you have that vibe within yourself, people are attracted to you. Like, I mean, proof is the 20,000 people. I know a lot of those people will be strictly, let's see the gore. Don't want to know about your pigs. Let's just see the gore. And some of those people are subscribed just for that, and that's fine. But funnily enough, I think it's something like 85% of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribers. So there's an awful lot of people out there, you know, looking at stuff. But I think that vibe, I mean, for me as well, doing this, being in contact with you all, the lovely messages that I receive literally, you know, all the time. Just, I've got 100 unanswered messages on Facebook alone at the moment. It's just, Wink and I think about you all the time. You know, this is just, it's not about me sitting there and going, hello, I'm the lovely, and I'm blah, blah, blah. It's like I look to you for me now as well. So it's coming back to me. What I've projected out is coming back to me. And then when you go out there in the real world, people are attracted to you because you're one of the only people walking down the road with a kind of a skip in your step and a smart, you know, something behind your eyes that says you're completely content.
And one thing I want to say about you, Sue, is that when I met you in Texas, every place we went, you gave somebody a compliment. And to see that person transform in just a few seconds was amazing. It could be something about the girl's eyebrows or somebody's coat or just anything. You did it every place we went. And that is something that I really admire. And I've been trying to do that myself. You know, and that's, you know, when I said, let's pay this forward, that was one thing that I tend to do. And yesterday we were walking in the rain and we had to walk a couple of blocks to get to the Bass Pro Shop, go figure. And there was a lady with an umbrella and she was blocking it in front of her because it was raining so hard. And she had dropped a strap off of one of her bags that she was carrying. And I just stopped and I said, can I hand you back your strap? And I handed it to her, and she was just so thankful that I stopped and did that for her. And that's just, you know, when we talk about paying it forward, it's just those little things that you can do for somebody, whether it's a compliment or, you know, talking to the child that's having a temper tantrum, you know, just those little small things really changes a person in the way they hold themselves and act then. So, you know, that's one thing I want to challenge everybody to do is, you know, be like that. Think about paying things back, paying it forward just by those little things.
It is. That's really lovely that you said that. I didn't realize it's such a habit. I didn't realize that I pay everyone a compliment, that I'd forgotten that it's something I do because it's just natural.
I didn't mean to make you cry.
You made me cry. Gosh, crying live. Oh. Well, yeah, that was. I remember the girl's eyebrows and the coat.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah, I guess and it's interesting because I do it all the time. I don't notice that I do it. It's because I feel that way.
Yeah.
There's something beautiful about everybody. Just stunning. There's something good in everyone. And you haven't walked in those people's shoes and you have no idea what the last conversation they had is. In fact, Karen, bless her, Karen LeBlanc said, you all are my only friends. Oh, Karen, you're such a sweetheart.
Aww.
Mwah. Love you, babes.
Love ya.
Love you. Random act of kindness, Madge is saying.
Yes. Very much so, Madge.
And Elizabeth is always letting someone in ahead of the line at the grocery store.
Yes.
You know, that's because people are losing the art of human to human. Yeah, you're right, Jackie. People have lost that human to human contact. Everyone's got their heads in their phones, aren't they? They've even developed an app that allows you to see the pavement whilst you're on your phone, so you don't bump into things. Finian was showing it to me the other day.
Oh my gosh.
And that's just like, this is good, God. And Jackie's saying we all need, I love it, she writes in capitals when she's all passionate. We all need contact with each other, and social media has taken this away from each other. It has in some respects. It depends how you use social media. Look at us all here now. Mm-hmm. Sharing the love, spreading the love, meeting people we would never, I would never in a million years have ever met Debs. Ever. No. I wouldn't have met Madge. You know, I wouldn't have met Dina. I wouldn't have met so many people. I wouldn't have met Deborah here now. And you all who are all friends with, because I'm friends with all of you who are on Facebook with me, but I also see that some of you are all you're friends with each other as well.
Right.
And whenever I see one of the lovelies commenting on one of the other lovelies' posts, I always go and love that. Just to go, yeah, we're all here, babes. We're all here. You know, virtual hug.
Yeah.
You know, it's Rita, sweetheart. Thanks for hanging in with us, babes. We'll see you later, hopefully. Have a great day. We've got 7 thumbs up now. We've got 18 people still watching. Anyone got any questions for the Double Debbies? The Double Debs.
The Double Deb.
The double D. D for Debs. Yeah, I know. I just had to kind of unsay that and change that. Every time I say that, it's like, oh, no. We are not talking bras here, babes. Oh, look, Elena. Elena is just like heart of gold. Elena's saying, I will randomly pay for people's meals. The last time was an elderly couple. I told the server not to say anything until I was gone. I am attracted to the elderly. They remind me of my nana and granddad. Oh, you're such a honey.
Yes.
You're such a honey.
That is something done, and it's very rewarding. Yes, it's rewarding.
It is, isn't it?
Whether it's a military person or a table of my elderly friends, lady friends, you know, at holiday times, you know, just doing, it just gives you so much back.
Yes.
By being able to give. Yes.
It does. It does. It literally lifts you. Your whole way you carry your body is lifted when you do an act of kindness, and these things, you can't just do it to get the feeling. It doesn't work. You have to. Your heart has to suddenly spontaneously decide you're going to say that. You know, I never go up to someone and go, oh, I'm going to pay that girl a compliment now. I'm looking for the good. I'm looking for the beautiful. And I'm looking for positive things all the time. I mean, I do it all the time. It's like, as I said, I didn't realise how much I do that with people until you mentioned it there. But if someone's wearing a nice coat, I don't say, I love your coat, where did you get it? I always say, that coat looks amazing on you.
Yes, you did.
On you. They look amazing with that coat, not the coat's great. The coat isn't complimenting them other than their decision to buy it and put it on. But the fact that they look beautiful in that is something for them. That's something that they'll go back and say to their husband, do you know, this woman came up to me in the street and she said that she thought I looked amazing in this coat. You know, oh, you do, darling, you know, or whatever, you know, it's just that little thought gets carried back. You know, if people ever say a compliment to me, and it's not very prevalent actually of people actually doing this in real life, I always remember it, and then it will be one of the things that I tell my husband that's happened in that day. So then it gets passed on, you see. It carries with you. It's so powerful. It's so powerful.
Yeah.
It really is very powerful.
Yeah. Yes, it is. We should probably start wrapping up.
Yep.
As you're going to be back online later. So are there any last minute questions for any of us?
Any questions? There's lots of complimenting Elena for being just amazing. In fact, I have to say a giant box arrived. My neighbour took it in while I was having my curry with Dina. A giant box has arrived from Elena with goodies for Finian, Wink and Iron It. But I'm not going to be able to open it because Wink is away probably for at least another week. So we're going to save that. So there will be another box opening. And I think I will open my birthday card from Bev, which has arrived. Because I didn't know whether to do it because I didn't know. It's got Wink's name on it as well. And it's his birthday in a few weeks' time. So there will be that coming up. So just to let you know. And Mary is saying, nice to meet you, Deborah.
Nice to meet you, Mary. Mary's a nice lady.
It is. It's fantastic to meet you. I love all your comments. You're one of the people that always have a positive comment in there and like in touch, stay communicated, which is fantastic. So people are saying goodbye to bad Wink. Bad naughty Wink. He's away working hard. But he did come on earlier because he would have got a notification. At least he got to see his wife today.
Yeah, so you can put suggestions in the comments on this video.
Yeah.
About Vegas for us.
Yeah.
I will also post in this video where we're going to be at in April because we will be in Kentucky.
Oh, there are people in Kentucky. I know there are people in Kentucky. I don't know who, but I know there are people in Kentucky.
Yeah. we're going to be near Bowling
Green, Kentucky.
Bowling Green, Kentucky.
And about an hour north of Nashville, Tennessee.
About an hour north of Nashville.
An hour north of Nashville.
Being a quilter, I have to stop at Paducah.
Paducah. Is that even a real place, or did you just make that name up? Paducah.
No,
is it just one of those words that we like to say? Paducah. Who lives in Paducah? Right, Madge is saying, Deb, where are you off to after this finishes? You guys are going to hang out, I guess, initially and talk quilts and sewing.
We're going to for a bit yet because I think we're going to wait a little bit until the wind dies down later this afternoon because it's pretty strong out here.
Yeah,
that's why we keep going with this.
That's why the camera keeps going off piste.
Yeah.
Are we going to be able to follow you when you all meet up, Sue? Yes, Jackie, you are, because what we're going to do is we're going to be doing lives like we're doing now. So we'll actually, I'm in the UK, I'm not physically, obviously, with Double Debbies over there at the moment, but this is a way that I can kind of join in a bit. I'm very, very envious of all the hugs that I'm not being able to have. But I will be able to have some hugs in Vegas and in Texas again.
I will store them up. And
you will store them up. Fantastic. So we're going to do it like this. So you'll see us meeting people and we'll all just chat around so that, you know, we can all join in. So I've just renamed the file I'm working on Deb by accident. That's mad. Excellent. It's not because you're really organised, Madge, and it's really nice to know that there are other people who can't think and type at the same time, because I totally cannot cross-pollinate typing and speaking or anything. That's really funny.
Typing right now, so
where are you going after today? Are you guys hanging out today, and then are you off somewhere else tomorrow, Debs?
No, we're still going to be in Branson till
sometime tomorrow, probably.
Probably. Do we have reservations until tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're kind of up for if anybody's nearby that we want to meet with. Or that want to with us. We're kind of free. We don't have any exact plans, so which is kind of nice.
Yeah, that's really good because you can just hang out and have some fun, eat some vegetables together.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, we can eat
I'm even laughing myself now. And I'm giving Jackie a big hug.
Oh, I'll give her a hug for you.
The big hugs. I think there's a load of at least 18 people want in on that group hug.
Okay.
So if you've enjoyed this live, do give us a thumbs up because more of the lovelies will get to see it if there are more thumbs up on the page. Any suggestions for what you'd like us to do in Arizona and Nevada in the kind of 3-hour radius of Vegas? Do let us know. Anyone who thinks they may be near wherever Debs is heading in April and now near Branson, you can message. There's a Facebook group called Lovelies on Tour. It's free to join. You know, you don't have to be invigilated and scrutinized. You can just add yourself to that group because that's the group where all the chat's going to be, because Debbie's going to actually Debs, sorry. Who's Debbie?
There's only one Debs.
Who's Debbie? There's about 500 Debbies, Deborahs, Deborah, Debs, Debbie. On our lovelies. It's obviously the big name there of the lovelies. She's going to monitor all that because if it was left up to me, it would just be a nightmare because I've got too many massages to answer and too many things to do and videos to make. I still haven't made a cooking video. I'm so naughty. So Debs is all organised. She's going to do that. So you can put a message on the group, which is up now. I know I invited loads of you to join the group because you haven't come across it. Groups, I don't know what it is with groups, but they seem to be almost impossible to find. I've pinned it now. So I don't know what I think it will be at the top of my groups. I have to keep searching for it. And I've had to just end lots of groups I'm members to because the list is too many scrolls. It's just too many scrolls to find it, baby. So I've changed that. So look on that. The email I put in the comments here. I will. This video will take ages to upload because it's a long one. So when it uploads, there'll be information in the comments. Maybe Debs, you could do that when you're on the road. Yeah. Because I'm going to be getting ready to do some stuff for tonight. Don't forget we're on tonight, midnight UK. I know, Jackie, you said you'd try and stay awake. If it's a night where you're going to get some sleep, catch it on the replay, babes. Don't stay up. Just look after yourself first, babes. And that is 6 p.m. Central Time. We have no Dr. Gilmore tonight. We're going to talk about food recipes. We're going to talk about the one-legged challenge, how people have got on. Thanks for the additional thumbs up. Keep them coming, babes, if you've enjoyed today. Hey, Seeker, babes, we're just about to go, darling.
Hey, Seeker.
Mwah! But I will see you tonight. So if you've got anything that you want to talk about, particularly, I want to talk about some misconceptions about vegan and how, plant-based whole food can help you. Just set a few things straight. So I'm going to be talking about that. And I think we're going to be talking about what would you like me to cook for you, because I've just got so much food in the fridge I kind of don't really know where to start. I've got into a stupid brain stutter. 8 Nova Scotia time. That would be, is that Pacific time then? Nova Scotia. Is that over? I should just keep my trap shut actually, because Seeker's going to watch the replay. Oh, 11 thumbs up. Thank you, baby.
Oh, thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling on. I just wanted to say what was coming up. So do join tonight, catch the replay. 4 p.m. Pacific time. That is 4 p.m. Pacific time. So what's that one that's right over on the other side then, that's 8 hours away from me?
Oh. Texas time is Central Time.
Yeah.
So that's
Pacific
6.
time is 2 hours
Yeah.
west of us, and Nova Scotia time is probably 2 hours before us.
Yeah.
So
Well, she's saying
Scotia
it's 8 p.m. So she's after. Yeah. Oh my goodness me. My brain just doesn't
Turn
do
up.
this time zone
Yeah.
thing. Eastern Canada. It's Eastern Canada. No, Atlantic. It's Atlantic time. Yeah, that's it. Atlantic time is the one way out west, isn't it, as you look at the map? And that New York are only 5 hours behind us.
Right.
Although they're well ahead of us for their wonderful city. The city that never sleeps.
Got to win.
Way! It's rubbish. You've just all been drinking and Lee's rocking the boat. He's doing some disco dancing behind the camera.
We have nothing. Wish I should have had something
So
here.
Cor said she was blocked from Sunday. Cor was blocked. I haven't blocked anyone. Babes. I don't know why that was. I can't even block anyone because I'm actually on, when I broadcast, I'm on Skype, I'm on my laptop. So
Yeah,
maybe
I'm not even on anything.
one of the administrators accidentally blocked you. I'm sorry. I don't know why that was. Let me know if Cor, if you can get on the replays. I hope you can, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Right. Are you even on
All
here,
right.
Cor? I don't even know if you're on here. Are you on here now, Cor? Or is Cor saying she can't get on because she's blocked Elena? I don't know. Let me know before we sign off. Because I reckon you girls are needing a beverage and some more quilting conversations. They're ignoring me. They're just ignoring me. No, they're not listening to me anymore.
I don't know what it is.
Wow,
Is
me
she-
either.
No, I'll have to do it after when I get on the computer
Yeah.
and check and see.
Oh, she can see me now. It was just Sundays. Good, Cor. Are you on here, Cor? I can't believe I missed saying hello to you. Sorry, sweetheart. But you're all chatting together. Right, okay. This is the final
Okay.
goodbye.
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 Lovely to meet you.
Oh, hi. Yay.
Lovely, so lovely
Thank
to
you
meet
so
you.
much.
Absolutely
welcome.
fantastic.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me know how you get on with those cheeses and your little 2-week little thing I've given you to do, little challenge I've set you.
There you go. There you go.
Excellent. Slam dunk,
Yay.
babes.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right,
Everyone,
lots of
thank you
love.
for joining.
Bye.